Speaking of the IDF and the contractors who were having to work together in this situation, there's a video that appears to show contractors. You don't see the contractor actually doing the shooting, but you can hear the shooting, and then you hear another contract, or you hear him say, "Got one, boys," or something similar to that, and then you hear some guys laughing in the background, presumably that he shot a Palestinian. Did you see that? Did you have reports of that? And was there a chain of command to report violations of international law while you were
So
there?
I was there. I filmed that. So the filming of that shooting was filmed by me on location. That was secure distribution site, or SDS 4, up near the Netzarim corridor, where Palestinians in that northern sector had been really suffering because they were cut off and hurt and suffering the most, other than those that were completely cut off in Gaza City, which we did not have access to. So on that day, it was the 29th of May at secure distribution site 4. Distribution had finished. Um, the distribution itself, in terms of this unleash the crowd, everybody comes up. The average distribution of food on a site for thousands of people lasted on average 8 minutes. I timed one at site number 1 where we had over 10,000 people rushing onto the site to get food, and by the time they came onto the site and they were forced off was 6 minutes and 13 seconds. So you can imagine the chaos. So distribution had completed. The site team leader, you can hear him in the video when you see the whole video, and I can send you the whole video, and you hear him say, yeah, I'm going to bring a tank up as a show of force. Why? Why do you need to bring a tank forward as a show of force to a group of unarmed, starving people who had no weapons whatsoever, no rocks, no sticks? They weren't protesting. They were simply making their way away from the site. Because remember, in these areas that they built these sites were in the operational area of Operation Gideon's Chariots. So there were minefields, there was artillery being fired, there were sniper positions. It's not just a walk in the park going back from the grocery store. And most of them are barefoot, and most of them are starving, and most of them have to walk through barbed wire and minefields. So it's not a jaunt. You have to carefully walk back. And the IDF wanted them away quicker. So this UG Solutions contractor, an American, calls up an Israeli tank. That moves up. You can hear it in the video. You can hear it moving up. You can hear it being called. And as I'm standing there looking out the gate, a contractor runs by. That's the contractor that was shooting. He runs up on top of the berm, and he's like kind of like whistling, like calling to another contractor, and then he opens up with his issued fully automatic rifle, or his carbine, like an AR-15, but fully auto. And he expends an entire magazine, 30 rounds. If you listen to that video, you can count it. There's 30 rounds that go off, and um, in him firing that entire magazine into the crowd of unarmed civilians, not one person was armed. He's up there and he's firing, and you can audibly hear um the oh yeah, boy. And then the guy on the ground, the other contractor who was looking at him and looking out the gate, who's standing right in front of me, that contractor was in view. He's the one that says, "I think you got one." And the contractor on the berm who's shooting into that crowd responds with, "Oh, hell yeah, boy." And GHF acknowledged that incident. I had it on video. And when I showed it to the leadership there, they said, "Oh, well, I'm sure that he found something that was a threat." I said, there was no threat. No one was armed. No one was aggressive. Everybody was walking away. Their backs were turned toward us. There is no one demonstrating any aggression whatsoever. These were not like after people got their food and they left, Hamas would pop out and have these firefights. The entire area had been carpet bombed into the Stone Age. There were no tunnels. There were no Hamas. These were starving people, and they used it as an opportunity to shoot at them. And that man, that contractor, on the 29th of May, 2025, at the intersection of the Salah ad-Din Road and the Gaza Wadi shot and killed an unarmed Palestinian man who was simply walking home with food with his family. And when the guy says, "Oh, I think you got one," he wasn't talking about a can or a dog. He's talking about a human being.
Yeah.
You got one. And then they cheer and they celebrate. And when I showed that footage, their response to it was, "Oh, I'm sure it was a threat." Well, there's no threat. There is no threat. Well, we'll talk to him. And when they talked to him, he said, "Well, I don't know what you're talking about." And I was like, "Okay, well, here's the video that shows it and you can hear it. That's you." Oh, no. I was shooting in celebration to cheer on the IDF. What? That doesn't make sense in any world.